Welcome to Ma's Garage. I'm Kev.
I'm Crick.
And I'm Smokey.
I guess looking back, we had like Game Boys and stuff at one point, right? That was the start of that evolution.
That's where I feel like you have to. It's not a position that gets like someone picks. It's not like they vote on who's going to be the patriarch or the matriarch of the family. I think it's just something that you have to step up to it.
It's a different experience if you're someone that doesn't have a lot of friends, because then you only have like your mom and your parents.
On today's episode, we're going to talk about love and companionship.
So grab a log
and join us by the fire.
There's multiple forms of love, you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to think back what I understood was love from like family and stuff too. And I guess like what first comes to my mind is we used to do like family gatherings at my grandma's house, and you could just feel like there's just this different vibe in the air of everybody just kind of like this communal, just kind of companionship, this everybody just talking about similar things and
a lot of different things going on at the same time, right?
Right.
People just all the groups of people talking, just constantly changing and merging. Yeah, I can see that. Like
smiles,
family Christmases
laughs,
and
food.
stuff. Yeah.
At the same time, though, you do have to think like back in those days, we didn't have screens.
That's true. They weren't as prevalent.
So
sure.
Like, let's use that same example, but like fast forward it to like today. Like use like going home to visit like family for like holidays, and like how different seeing family now as opposed to like what you would do when you saw family then.
I mean, screens kind of were, before I jump into that, screens kind of were a problem, because I remember one year my grandma wrapped the TV because she was so tired of everybody watching the football game instead of like spending time with the family. And so she literally wrapped the TV and said that they couldn't open it until later on. Right, exactly. But when it's a football game and they're just honed in.
I get it.
But yeah, no, like now it is different. It is different when you go there and like you're supposed to spend time. And like now, like almost all my nieces and nephews have cell phones, and they're still pretty young. And sometimes that becomes the connection, is like they'll do the little filters and little games and stuff on their phone and do that with you. That's their form of interaction. And
something. It was just genuine. Like when I was at your family's place and like your nephew was like those Where's Waldo books. That took me back. I haven't done that in a very, very, very long time since I've looked at those books. I didn't know that they put like female Waldo, and I didn't know that they put like black and white Waldo, like
Easter eggs.
Yeah, I didn't realize they had so many. Like I'd be like, oh, there he is. Nope, that's not it. What do you mean? That's a girl. Oh, it is. Dang.
Gotcha.
I guess looking back, we had like Game Boys and stuff at one point, right?
Yeah.
That was the start of that evolution.
I feel like there were times, like especially for Thanksgiving. I mean, for the most part, it was just my family for Thanksgiving growing up. Like we didn't really like have like a giant family Thanksgiving. So my little brother and I were able to basically do whatever we needed to or whatever we wanted to until the food was ready.
Right. As long as you stay out of the kitchen.
Right.
Basically.
Exactly. Stay out of our way.
Yep. Mom's going to town in the kitchen, and she'll ask me if I want to try some things to like test them, and that's at the extent that I can do.
See, that's kind of how ours was too. Is it was like Thanksgiving was something we did as like our small unit family, but like my grandma was like, she was like the anchor for our entire family. Like we used to go to her house once a month, and we'd celebrate all the birthdays of that month, because it was like 7 brothers and sisters that my mom had.
Come on, Tiffany, Heather, Cody, Dylan, Dermot, Jordan, Taylor, Brittany, Wesley, Rumor, Scout, Cassidy, Zoe, Chloe, Max, Hunter, Kendall, Caitlin, Noah, Sasha, Morgan, Kira, Ian, Lauren, Hubert, Phil.
So they get us together all the time.
I forget that it was a big family.
Yeah, and that's one thing I miss though, is that once she passed away, like every lot of tradition. Family, yeah, and money became a problem with the passing of people, which happens all the time. and you saw this kind of breakdown of this camaraderie. And like, that's one thing I miss. Like, I wish my nieces and nephews could experience that. They don't get that giant communal family coming together, sharing stories, talking about stuff, experiences, you know what I mean? Not that direct interaction.
They just haven't had the right person in the family take it over yet.
Right.
Need somebody to take that charge.
Nowadays, that's what it is. Like, yes, especially for my own family. Like my grandmother, we were over at her house for the holidays when she passed away, and we didn't have, we rented out the house, we sold the house, and then it was just the four of us. Now it's just the three of us. Now we just go out to eat. Like my mom doesn't make like super huge dinners for just me and my little brother.
Right. That's where I feel like you have to, it's not a position that gets like someone picks. It's not like they vote on who's going to be the patriarch or the matriarch of the family. I think it's just something that you have to step up to it. That's where I've told my mom time and time again, because there's still, like every family, there's back and forth, people who don't want to talk or don't want to go to the same place as each other. But I want to just have a family to get together and be like, it's going to go all day. Come when you want, leave when you want. And that's up to you. Because it's like, the point is the family. You know what I mean? Like, you can, for one day a year, you can put all your petty differences aside and show that love to one another.
Like a year or so ago, when like we had like you were in town, and you had like the family cookout at your mom's place, and she got like, that was when she got the air fryer and stuff that she got.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was under the impression that like the whole family, like when I learned that your brother and them were not going to be there, I'm just like, this is odd to me. And I mean, like it was fun. Like it started out odd, and I think like people even could feel that it was odd, but then slowly we got some things going, and for the most part, we all had a good time, just like being able to relax.
Right. It's such a weird thing when you like love everybody that's a part of it, but you can't see them together and you can't spend time with them together because they have their own things that are keeping them apart. And it's like, I want to see, like, I'm only, especially when I was out of state and only could be in town for so long, it was like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to have to bounce around. I'd love to see you guys all in one place. Like, that makes me happy. That communal just.
And for as long as we've known our family, you think like we'd be able to like characterize them kind of in like a video game, likes, dislikes, gets along with, like just being able to like match people and create friendships and stuff. But I don't know. It's like you said, it's whatever. It's like if they have like a personal thing that they're just not telling you, and if it's not something that like they may not just like want to tell you, or like something that you just something they can't explain.
I would say I feel like that's the next stage, at least for me. I mean, I love my family, but I enjoy the company of my friends a lot too, you know, so I want to merge those two somehow. So if I were to ever take that on, I just invite everybody. It doesn't have to be blood. It doesn't have to be anything. I mean, I feel like a lot of you guys, especially, I feel like I'm closer to you than most of my blood family, just from the amount of time it talks.
You guys are like brothers to me. I speak to you guys more than I do my own brother, to be honest. You know what I mean? Just because, for whatever reason, you know, we have those much more in-depth conversations, connect on a different kind of level. And same thing that my mom's always been like, you guys got adopted by her so long ago, like you've been a part of the family forever. The family grows and shrinks in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
It was interesting going to your family's place for the first time and being treated that way. I know that like while I was hanging out with some other friends, like their mother was also like our mother, like we were just, but we didn't like refer to them. I'm struggling. Trying to not say like as much, but I'm noticing it. I just need to do something that I can.
And that's where we do the same. Like I say like a lot. I haven't even caught it, because if you think about it too much, you get caught in that spiral of thinking about what you say. And sometimes it's kind of like writing the right rough draft for the book. Sometimes it's better just to get the idea out. You can always work on it and lower the amount of likes that you say down, and the I knows and the rights and all these things that we say over and over. But the conversations that come from it, you know what I mean, are worth the slight repetitions of the words that we say. You know.
And it was different. Basically, growing up, you have your one mother, and then all of a sudden, your friends, now their mothers are your mother with how much you're hanging out.
They become your extended family, right?
It's a different experience if you're someone that doesn't have a lot of friends, because then you only have like your mom and your parents.